there was a question that was asked in our group. It was, what's the one piece of advice, the best piece of advice you've ever heard? We had a bunch of responses, but there was one in particular that I think can benefit every guy that is especially concerned with this self-improvement. Self-improvement is the loudest on YouTube for a young guy right now. It's like you got all these creators telling you different things, and it's hard to know what's real. Like, what should you really do? Here's something I've been hearing that I actually think is complete bullocks. Disappear for 3 to 5 years. Another one, never, don't talk to women for the next 5 years. That's one I hear all the time. One of our members, Joseph, told Nell this piece of advice. He actually said this is the best advice he's heard. I just want you to go get some bitches. That's it. That's the advice. I just want you to go get some bitches. Does it seem silly? Are you probably, in your own little room right now scoffing? I don't need women. I'm ignoring women. Women are a waste of time. Don't chase women. We've all heard it hundreds of times. Listen, dude, who's chasing women? Are you really chasing women? Probably not. Well, let me tell you, this advice, disappear for 5 years, don't talk to women for 5 years, it's BS, man. First of all, if you're a young man, let's say you're 18 years old, right now is the time where you should be working and honing your social skills. If you neglect this, you are going to be a weirdo at 25. You're going to be an extra weirdo at 30. You're going to be a doomer in your 30s, in your late 20s. You are going to wish that in your teenage years, in your early 20s, that you made an effort to be social, to talk to girls, to learn not to be nervous, to see women more on a human field and not like these righteous celestial beings that you need to impress and that you're scared to talk to. I'm not saying that you got to be a complete degenerate and go out and drink and get drunk and do drugs and hang out with these cliques. Not at all, dude. I never did that. But what I did do was make an effort to be social. I made an effort to go and approach girls when I was scared to make that small talk, to maybe get a number when I saw a cute girl, or maybe even just hang out with some friends and socialize and not be a weirdo that tries to, whenever there's a girl in the group, to just be the loud comedian and make a fool of yourself that all the guys hate. And a lot of guys right now are coping by saying, ignore women for 5 years. They're a waste of time. Dude, I guarantee you this is going to make you weird. This is your prime years where you're healthy, you're young. You can have fun, dude. You should be being social. You should also obviously have good habits being formed. You should be working out, you should be gaining skills. This is all a duh thing. Like, we know this, right? But if you decide to disappear, what in your nature, like, that totally goes against human nature to disappear and be an isolated lone wolf sigma male. Like, this is completely against your nature as a man to disregard women. Completely against your nature. Whoever is telling you this, you should ignore them because it's not true. They're telling you what they think you like to hear. Because a lot of guys like this for some reason. It's been portrayed in a lot of the movies. These sigma male characters, these lone wolves, just sitting there, just in their car listening to this like loner music, this doomer music, late night drive. And it sort of makes you think that you're better off being alone. But it's just not true because never in history has it benefited a man to be a lone wolf. You will die. You will not get further ahead if you do not have people in your corner that provide resources, wisdom, camaraderie, support, motivation, accountability. If you don't have these things, dude, you're all on your own. Competition, friendly banter, like fun, opportunities. If you don't have this, dude, if you do not have this kind of stuff in your corner, good luck. Good luck. You're going to be a lone wolf. And it's going to be a very lonely, slow path. We are not made to be alone. Not made to be alone at all. Because you yourself are not always good at holding yourself accountable. You can actually rationalize away whenever you mess up. You will be consistent for 2-3 days on your diet or your workout routine. Then you will mess up and you'll rationalize to yourself why it is that you messed up. When you have a group that is also improving and depending on you to improve, you can't do that because you lose status and they don't believe your lies. You become someone and find you find motivation within that because you don't want to let the group down. But a lot of people don't have that. They're told be alone with disappear. Then why you do, damn all, why you just are playing video games, watching TV series, going to the gym, with your pump cover, thinking that you're actually making improvements. But I'm telling you guys, live your life. But keep in mind that this advice of disappearing and neglecting women, especially in your prime, is so dumb. It is so dumb. It's going to handicap you in the future. So, seriously, when you being acknowledged by a woman for a man is actually very important, I believe. I've seen guys that are 30 years old. They listen to this advice. They didn't talk to the girls. They disappeared. They got into crypto, right? They didn't talk to girls because they were scared. They thought it was a waste of time. And they would cope so hard. Any social situation, they would just cope. They wouldn't really make an effort. But again, they rationalize with what these other people are saying in this, YouTube sphere and the manosphere and everything. Red pill, disappear, dude, disappear, dude, disappear, dude. Don't talk to women for 5 years. Shut up, man. Why are you telling these young guys this? This is not the time for that. This is a time to use your mental, your energy to get out there, to have enthusiasm, to meet people, to socialize, create connections. And you'll be surprised. I am not saying, because I know a lot of you guys don't pick up on nuance, because when I talk to you, just we all do this, is human nature. You make what I say into something totally else. There's nuance here. Life is not black and white. If you choose to do this, I'm not saying go and just become a male salute and sleep around with a bunch of girls. I'm not saying to get drunk all the time. I'm not saying to, not focus on your career and making money, saving money. That's not what I'm saying at all. That is very important. You should find purpose when you're young. But part of that is by connecting with others because it's inside of us. It's part of being a man to have people in his life that he cares about. Self-improvement has become such a thing that I think is not that good for us, because if we have no one to support in our life and care for, what are we improving for? Right? What are we actually becoming stronger for if we're not there to support someone? If we're not there to care for someone else? If we're not there to be able to lift other people up? If we can't talk to a random guy at the gym? If we can't offer words of encouragement to someone else? If we can't have a friendly conversation with a woman without needing her validation and her number and attention, if we can't do these things, self-improvement has become this myopic view and this take on our life where we think we need to be perfect all the time, but it's just not the case. And so do not handicap yourself in your youth. Make an effort to be social, because it is scary and it takes work, and you're not going to be great at it. You might suck. You might make mistakes. You might, be awkward, but you do something 100 times, you stop having any fear of that thing. You become used to it, and it becomes the normal. You start to see other humans for how they really are. You start to see women as these other people that are just like you and me, that actually want you to talk to them, but you've made them into something that they're not, and you look at them differently, and you're confused, and you live 5 years like that. You live your whole 20s like that, where you only had a handful of interactions with women, and you become a weirdo. And you cannot any longer cope by saying, oh, but I wanted to get focused and just ignore women, and I don't want to chase women. Don't chase women, dude. It's stupid. No one's chasing. Most guys aren't even having sex. Most guys are not chasing women. Okay? It's not a thing. If you don't, I delete Tinder, delete Hinge, delete all these apps. All right? You don't deserve that privilege of swiping from a catalog and then getting your ego just obliterated because you get no matches. And then you just, oh man, it's, dating pool is ruined. I'm a sucker. I'm not chasing women. It's time to go Sigma male, man. Time to go Sigma male. Go into my cave. No, dude. All right? Every man has a period in their life where they must regress a bit. They go into the basement, metaphorically speaking. Maybe you go into that cave. You have a dark period in your life where it's time to be alone for a bit. You develop your own opinions, your philosophies. You come back, you're integrated into the world. You brought something back with you. But it's not this bullshit 5 years ignoring everyone. That's not how this life works, all right? So I wish you guys the best. I just want you to go get some bitches, all right? As Joseph here said, I think it's good advice. I think there's some merit to that. I think that if you think about it and you don't get emotional with me right now, I know a lot of these guys, they watch some stuff and they get triggered. Their emotions start flaring up. But just think about it and maybe it'll make sense and you can apply that to your life. Hope you have a blessed day. Keep it Ithumos. See you soon. Peace.